Hello designers, welcome to another tutorial. So in this time we're learning this asymmetric neckline bustier. So I use this picture on the left to make the one on the right. So if you're a new subscriber, thank you, you're welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for hanging around here. So without wasting too much time, let's get right into the tutorial. So you're going to need your pattern like this. This is my basic bodies. So you're going to need it in full scale. Okay, if I open it up, it's going to be full scale, but if you to get your full scale pattern, just place your half scale on your pattern paper, make sure it's on fold, then place it on it, then you use your tracing wheel, which I'll be showing us now, to trace it on your another pattern paper so that it's going to appear on this other side. Then you use your pencil or your marker to highlight it out this way. So that's how you get a full scale pattern. Is really needed for the asymmetric neckline that we're going to go for in this tutorial. So after I've done that, this is my this half scale for the back. You only need the half scale for the back. So let's just get this right here. So the first thing we're going to be doing on our pattern here is to tighten the underbust. That's the first thing. Now this is going to be a bustier and we need to tighten the underbust. So first thing you're going to do is to check what you have on your underbust. So this method that we're using, you check what you have on your underbust excluding the dart you have there. Can you see I measured there? I skip the dart, then I go to this other side. I'll skip the dart too, then I'll measure what I have to this side. So I have 15 inches here and I'm supposed to, I think 15.25 that I have there. So my waist measurement is 28. So you're going to vary by 2 because we are working with a full scale pattern here. So that means 28 divided by 2, that's 14. Then what I have on this pattern is 15.25. So 15.25 minus 14 is equals to 1.25. So that means 1.25 that I have there, I'm going to divide that by 2 again, and I'll use whatever I get to tighten the 2 darts. Okay, you know we are using the full scale pattern. So if you're working with half scale pattern, you do not, we're going to be dividing it by not like this, but because you're working with a full scale pattern, so that's 0.625. I divided by 2, then I took it on both sides like this. Can you see? So that's how you're going to do it. So just tighten it. So if I check my pattern again, it's going to be 14 inches, and 14 inches is what I'm supposed to have for the full front. Then at the back I'll have 14 to just to make up for my underbust measurements there. So that's why I divided it into 2, the waist measurement, the underbust measurement into 2, then the excess I have there, I just divided it to both sides of the dart here. So after you've tightened it, just connect it to the original dart on the waistline, and this is what we have here. So I'm crossing out the dart then so that you know that this is that is going out, and there's no need for, because I know some people were asking, you're not returning it. We're not returning anything because we're taking out excess. The excess is what is not going to make your bustier to be firm, so we took it out to contour it. That's why we're not adding anything back. So now you can decide if you want it to be an armhole or a shoulder princess dart, but I'll go for the shoulder princess dart on this side. Okay, so I just mark the midpoint between my neck point and the shoulder point and connect it to the bust point. So the next thing I'll do now is to find the midpoint, the center of my pattern. I have the line here, but I can just measure to check the center of my pattern. So this is 8.5, so I was supposed to have 8.5 there. So that point there, I'm going up by 1.5, okay, because I want to connect my neckline. So I open the neckline by 1 inch here, on the other side I open it by 1 inch. So I want to widen the neckline, so that's why I did that. So from the neck point where I'm going by 1 inch, I'm going to connect it to where I mark 1.5 at the center of the pattern like this. Then on this other side I'll go up by 1 inch, okay, around the armhole on this side 1 inch, then I'll connect it to the center this way. Can you see? So that's how I made my connection for the asymmetric neckline. So this is how my asymmetric neckline is going to look like. So on this point here, from the bust point, I just connect it up here. So I need to do a little bit of tightening here. So that tightening is just for to remove any kind of gaping. So I think I'm at 0.75 there. Then I'll use my ruler like this. and connect it. Okay, so I'll connect it this way. So after connecting it this way, you're going to need to check what you have on your bust, on your chest line again. The reason for this is because the tightening that you did now has taken a little part from your bust measurement, which is going to shorten your length. Can you see I do not have 17 there? I'm supposed to have 17 there, but I do not have 17, so I added it to the side like this. Then I'll use my straight ruler to connect it to the underbust line. Can you see? So do this. Once you do your tightening here, make sure you check what you have. Whatever shortage you have, add it to the side. So on this side here, where I go in, I'll mark down 2 inches. So I'll mark down 2 inches. After marking down 2 inches, I'll go out by 1 inch like this. Can you see? Then from where I go in by 1 inch here, I'll connect it to this here. Can you see? After I connected it to this, then I'll go in from this side I'll go out rather by 1 inch, then connect it together. Okay, so I'll just connect this together like this in order for me to get the neckline design. So I'll just go in. Can you see? So this is what we have, but I can't leave this like this. I'll need to take a gaping dart. So I'm trying to still blend this down a little so that it's going to give me the exact design that I was working with. So I go down a little, then connect it this way. Can you see? So this is the asymmetric neckline bustier that we are going for. So I'll just go ahead to just cross out this. So this is another dart intake that is going out. So whatever we've taken it on the chest line, we've returned it at the side already, and this is as balanced that pattern there. So the next thing I will do now is to take a gaping dart here. So this gaping dart, we're not returning it, we are just taking out excess here. So once you have a very deep neckline like this, you need to take a gaping dart so that the neckline will be firm on your body. This is very, very important. So it mark half inch, and this is what I have. So right now I'm going to cut open my pattern. I'm closing the bust dart. Okay, so I'll close the bust dart on the other side too. Then I'll go ahead to cut my pattern. So this part here, before I cut it, I will go ahead to mark the another. This is called the shoulder tightening. So this shoulder tightening is going to make your shoulder to relax very well and stay nice. So I marked half inch there. So I'll just go ahead to cut the rest of my pattern. So I'll close this dart here, this dart intake here, this gaping dart, you close it. So when I was cutting my pattern, you can see that I cut out this side. So you can cut it out or you join it back. I joined it back to my pattern. I tape it back. Now when I was cutting my pattern, I cut it out first. So you can either cut it out or you leave it together. So whichever one you go for is fine. So label your pattern. You're going to cut one piece for each. So this is your pattern set for the front. So now at the back here, we do not have so much alteration to do. I'm just labeling my pattern. So at the back there, I will open the neckline by half inch, and I'm going down by, I think, 2 inches. We are not doing so much. So that's the neckline alteration for the back. So the next thing I'll do is just to connect to the mid shoulder here. Then I will add the seam allowance and the zipper allowance. So that's 1 inch to the center back. That's the only alteration we are doing at the back. So for the back, you're going to be cutting two pieces for each. For the front, we are cutting 1 inch for each. So right now I'm just going to go ahead to just cut this open. Okay, so the shoulder tightening, I did 0.5 at the front. At the back, you're just going to do only 0.25. Do you understand? Just 0.25 there. So just go ahead to cut your pattern. So you place this on your fabric and cut out your fabric. Okay, and this is my pattern size for the front and the back. So I'll cut this on the fabric, then I'll just go ahead to start joining them together. So here's my fabric that I cut out already. Can you see? So I've cut out my fabric, and I go ahead to iron hairstay on the fabric. Okay, so the same way you cut out your fabric is the same way you're going to cut your lining. The same sewing applies to. So I'll be joining this together. Okay, I'll join the side front to the center front. Do you understand? Then the back too, I'll join the side back to the center back too. So that's what I'll be doing now. So I'll be joining these together. Just couple them together. Just join them. Join this to this. Okay, and you join the center back to the side back, just the way we join it. And I'm going to show us the rest of the sewing process. So here I've joined these together. Can you see this is the back? I've joined the center back and the side back together, and then this is the center front and the side front. I've joined it together. Can you see? It's just that simple. So go ahead to iron this. Can you see the bust area? Very nice. Okay, and there is no pad there, and the bust area is really standing. So I'll go ahead to open this up and iron. Okay, go ahead to open it up and iron it very well, iron the bust area very well too. Then we're going to continue. So you need to iron this before you join the front and back together. Iron your them separately before you even think of joining them together. This is important. So right here, this is the front. I've ironed it. Can you see how it's looking? So here's the back too. So I'll go ahead to join this together at the shoulder. Okay, so you join this together at the side first. After you join it together at the side, then you go ahead to join it together at the shoulder. Okay, join it together at the shoulder first, then join it together at the side. So once you're done with the joining it together at the side and also at the shoulder, you're just going to introduce your skirt and your lining too, and that will be all for the sewing here. So this is the result of what we made. So thank you very much for being here. If you've not subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe, and also click on the notification so that I can get notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and also share this video. Thank you. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.